Hey there, everybody. Professor Cloud here with our second episode of my new series called Professor Builds. This series, right now, we are playing Anno 1800, where I am trying to build the largest empire that I possibly can across as many islands and worlds as I possibly can. So that does mean that we will absolutely be playing the DLCs when we get there. Uh, but as this is only episode 2, we are still focusing on the old world. And because of the settings that I made for this particular playthrough, we started without any ships. So the focus of the last episode was just building our first island. So in our previous episode, this is the island that we built. This is Newcastle. And as of right now, because we still don't have any ships, we do not have the ability to go to any others. Now, unfortunately, the other couple of AI partners in the area are in fact here, have started to populate new islands, but we built our initial starting town right here at the very beginning of our port, and this is now what we are turning into our workers. We needed to get to workers as quickly as possible in order for us to be able to start building ships so that we can find additional islands, because unfortunately Newcastle does not have everything that we're going to need for the future. We then moved all of our farmers up here where all of our farms happen to be. So the farmers can actually get to their fields as quickly as possible. And we've got potato fields in abundance. We've got sheep. We've got pigs. We then have production facilities over here related to those particular farms. So that's what our Newcastle town and location is looking like. We do have a clay pit over here and over here. So we are making bricks as well. And then one of the things that I talked about doing right at the very end is moving our fishing facility over near the farmers as well. So there is another coastline right up here. So one of the things that we're going to do here early on is move the fisheries, because we do need to increase our fish production. So with that, let's go ahead and get started with episode 2. We'll bring the HUD back. We'll bring my pretty face back. And let's have at it. Now, I have slowed down time because we are in a deficit with respect to our workers. We are also in abundance with respect to our farmers. So let's go ahead and, if we can... That's right, we are short on worker clothes. So that's the first thing that we need to do. Matter of fact, let's bring up the production screen here real quick and show that our fish production needs to increase. We have a demand of 3, but we're only producing 2. And then for worker clothes, the same exact thing. So we're going to need to make sure that we get another... The best thing is I'm going to try and increase production for worker clothes and see if that solves my problem. Let's go 15%. It did decrease happiness, though. That's what I was absolutely worried about. But let's take a look anyhow and see if that fixes the production problem. It did not. Okay. So then in that case, let's go ahead and create another sheep farm and another worker clothes factory. Let me go ahead and reduce that back down so that everyone is happy. There we go. And very first thing is, let's see. This is pig. This is sheep. All right. What I think I'm going to do is go ahead and copy the sheep farm and just put it up here. Then the road out. And then if I ever need to do a 4th sheep farm, then we will. Right now we had 1 sheep farm for a worker clothes factory and 1 sheep farm for a sales factory. What we'll go ahead and do is do another worker clothes factory over here. But this way now we've got a 3rd sheep farm. We can very easily and quickly add a 4th and so on right on up to the coastline. Now let's see. Where is... All right, there's our framework knitters factory, excuse me. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this Let's put in another framework knitters. And then let's put in... Actually, we don't even need to put in roads. Okay. Now, can we... Let's move up time a little bit. That hopefully solves our worker close production problem. It will, yes. So we'll be actually producing more than we need, and that's fine. That's fine for a little bit. We can build up some surplus so that when we do add in more farmers, we won't run into too big of a problem. That'll fix that particular issue. Too many transporters loading delayed. See, my big issue is I don't... Alright, here's what we're going to do. First thing is this one's going to get upgraded. And this one is going to get destroyed. And then I'm going to upgrade this one as well. I'm going to be very judicious about upgrading warehouses because of the increase in maintenance costs. Look, I upgraded this one and it still had a warning sign over top. All right, let's take a quick look at... Wow, I did that increase, and I'm actually in a worse state from a worker close perspective. That's ridiculous. I guess it's just going to take time. All right, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and create a second fishery. We'll move it over to here. Put it somewhere in the middle. And I'm going to move this one. Put it right next door. We're going to need a small warehouse for that. There we go. Now we've got all of our fisheries in one place. And the reason that I wanted to do that is because that will allow this particular coastline to grow out a little bit more and be more judicious for actual real harbor-related activities. That's just my personal preference. Because I always felt like in my previous playthroughs where I pretty much put everything in the biggest coastline possible, that it became cluttered looking. It didn't look like everything was really doing a good job. So it looks like my farmers are growing up again, or are building up again, so looks like they might be closer to happy with respect to worker close, as well as, of course, to fish. I know there's a workforce shortage. All right. Come on, get the worker close to the factory. And I still haven't turned on sausages yet, which will help increase our worker revenue stream. You know, I may want to provide a more direct route from production. Yeah, let's actually do that. And build a few more farms. Not a huge number. I don't know why I can't get to... I need to increase my... Well, here's what we can do. I don't like to do it this way. Am I still not producing enough worker clothes? Yeah, I'm supplying more than enough. The demand is 3. I'm producing 4 tons. I don't understand. And fish, we're now fixed at fit with fish as well. Come on, guys. I've got to get more workers. The worker clothes doesn't produce a lot in the way of money. It's only 3 coins each, but 98%. All right, let me put in a few more farms. On 99. As soon as they hit, there we go. Finally. Okay. Okay, that one can go up. New buildings have been unlocked. Yeah, so now we have access to steel, we have access to soap, and we have access to weapons. Still not at beer yet. Beer we've got to get to 500, but we'll get there. We also need to make sure that we build a church at some point. We do have a little quest here, so let's take a look at that.
These are good times. Could they be even better?
Silos, key to animal husbandry. Agribusinesses to take the spotlight. Animal farms all around the world-class silos is an essential. Using smart distribution systems, fodder is stocked and easily fed to livestock, turning grazing into a faster process. Can't wait to see what something or other, Heinrich van Hop's farms can achieve with the help of silos. Now, as far as the quest is concerned, me mates and I have shared so many moments working at the brick factory. Jimmy's birthday is coming up, and there would be no gift more perfect than a framed picture of the place that brought us together.
I know you're busy, but I've a favor to ask.
Okay, so they want me to build a silo.
A few murmurings down the Union.
Don't know why that's still there.
I'm only a cop.
There we go.
It's you.
Worker offers you a photography quest.
Grease the wheels, governor.
So take a photo of the brick factory. Way out here. There we go.
Workforce shortage.
Submit photo. Oh. All right. Go back to
A promise kept.
ship tool chest. Usable on ships. Self-repair 600%. Yeah, we'll definitely want to use that on flagships and things of that nature. We still have a workforce shortage. All right, let's... Okay, there we go. All right, now with that, I am absolutely going to... Oh, hold on a minute. How many... We need 50 workers for the...
Ship constructed.
Okay. All right, there we go. Now we'll be producing sausages. We've now got our ship. What are we going to name our ship? Okay, so let me reduce time down. We got to name our ship something cool. But we've also got to name it something that is... Actually, let me pause altogether. Something that is relevant to travel. I do not want to go the sci-fi route, because typically I would go down Star Wars or Star Trek or something along those lines. I do not want to go that because this is 1800. So, what I'm thinking is that we go pirate. Just for the hell of it. Pirate ship names. So, it just so happens that I have my trusty browser here. And pirate ship... Well, there's a pirate ship name generator. I don't want to use that. We'll go with the 23 famous pirate ship names. And we will start with something that everyone will recognize. Of course, if I don't have my... The Black Pearl. Except for I can't spell. That'll be our first ship name. Alright, let's bring this back up, and now let's keep everything rolling.
Stations. New orders.
Oh, there we go. I was using the wrong button. Now, the great thing right now is that we have negative 11 with respect to our production. If we could get a few more people, we could actually increase our dollars and cents. So what I think I might do is, let's do this first. Put in a few more farms. Or right there. Let them fill up and immediately upgrade them to workers as soon as they're ready. And see, we're already in a positive balance. So that's great. Right, let's get back to finding another island. Because the one thing that we need to absolutely find is an island with hops. Otherwise, we're never going to be able to create beer. Actually, no, we have hops fertility on Newcastle. Okay, so we can create beer immediately on Newcastle. But we do not have zinc. And that's something that we're going to need for... engineers. George Smith introduces himself. Okay. Oh. Okay, we found one of George Smith's islands. He's right next to us. Alright, so let's go this way. I'm going to spend some time with the ship. Actually, you know what? Let me get another ship going. No.
Congratulations.
Where's there? Okay, let's go to this island over here and see what this is all about. Oh, we've actually got another small little coastline right there. The very, very small coastline, though. New island has been discovered, and it's unsettled. And it has peppers. So that's something else that we need to get to artisans. We need peppers to be able to create canned goods.
On our way.
And this is a nice island with a nice inlet here. I like that. Apparently George has got a quest for us. That's cool. Alright, and it's right next door. So it would not be hard for us to settle here. And I kind of like the fact that there's a river running through it. It separates out... Well, it just separates the island. It doesn't necessarily separate out fertility types of the island. Potatoes, grain, peppers, niter, and copper. There's still no zinc, though. It does have limestone. So we're still going to need to find something with zinc on it. Alright, I'm going to sail back to Newcastle. Crap, I didn't mean to do that.
Adjust the sail.
And pick up the necessary... I should have put them on to start with. The necessary wood and steel. Oh, do I not have any more steel? Oh, crap, I'm going to have to create some steel as soon as I can. Alright, let's see here. We're going to need to do bread production next. Which is also going to require more farmers. I don't know where I'm going to put the wheat fields, though. Wheat takes up so much room. Maybe put the wheat fields over here on this side. Central production in here. Farms on either side. Maybe do that. Think that might make sense.
Ship constructed.
Alright, so we got 2 ships now. And the next ship is going to be named the Walrus.
Ready for assignment.
Oh. Alright, let's see what George has here for a quest.
Everyone should work for their corn.
Oh, and this is going to increase influence with everybody. Years spent in prison are better than a death at sea. A man has time to read, to write, and many other things. Those who turn to piracy all have their reasons. Many of them understandable, but in the end, they're all in the wrong. Take them to Eli. Okay, it's a pickup quest.
Wait for it, if you have to.
Gotta rescue 3 castaways. Alright, so let's get back to the island. And let's use the Walrus. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Alright, do I not have any steel? I do not. Crap. Alright. The good thing about doing this quest for George is it's going to open up Eli, and Eli accepts potatoes for sale. I'm going to be able to increase some things there. Alright, let's start planning out what we're going to do... Oh,
We're taking every care.
at the moment, for production's sake, we don't need to worry too much about our wool. But if we ever need to increase our wool production, giving us a stores grain as fodder for your farm animals, increasing the farm's productivity. So we can do that without having to spin up another sheep farm. We can also do that, I believe, with the wheat farms as well. And we've discovered a new island, apparently.
Metal plows change things, I'll grant you. But for better or for worse.
This one does have grapes, but that's a very, very late game thing. Okay, back to... I need to get back to building my farm. Alright, so for bread, we have wheat, which is every minute, or grain. We then have a flour mill, which is every 30 seconds, so we need 2 farms for every flour mill. And 2 flour mills... no. 2 grain farms for every flour mill. And 2 bakeries for every flour mill. Pretty sure that's right. But let's go with the farms first. Let's just put them... I like looking at it from this direction. Okay, we've made it to...
Stations. On our way.
Okay, and then where does this go?
Coordinates plotted.
All right. Production. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do them over here. And let's build the first one right up here against... Actually, even better. Build the first one inside the road that we've already got set up. There we go. And then let's copy that. Of course, we're going to need a small warehouse. That right here. Actually, move that down a little ways. Okay. Do I have access to the police station? I do not. Okay. Alright, so we've got 2 farms. We now need the flour mill. Okay. One thing that does annoy me a little bit is that you're supposed to be able to remove whatever it is that you're trying to build with by right-clicking so that you can go back to just, you know, the moving around cursor. And it sometimes takes 2, 3, 4 clicks for it to actually work. It gets very, very annoying very quickly. Okay, your farmers would like some flour to improve their recipes. As your city grows, your residents will develop lifestyle needs. These are entirely optional, but fulfilling them unlocks unique bonuses. Select a residence to find out more.
We loves you, we does.
Now, we've already done their luxury needs. What about lifestyle needs? Flour processing good. This is fulfilling these needs isn't necessary to upgrade your residence, but doing so can provide powerful benefits. The required good can be produced in the old world, and it increases number of farmers and number of coins. Okay. So we'll absolutely do that. In the meantime, I'm going to start upgrading these. Actually, I don't need to. Never mind. Well, actually, let me do this because it will produce more revenue. Let's leave it there. I'm going to need more farmers here in order to handle the grain farms. Alright, so we've got flour being produced. Now we need 2 bread factories. And the bread factories do require workers, which we already have. And we just unlocked the police station and beer. Excellent. So the police station is most relevant for riots. And another unsettled island also has grates. Very, very small island.
Lady Margaret Hunt, née Harlow. I hope you're not expecting me to go easy on you.
Okay, so we've met Lady Hunt. We've now met both of our AI players. Alright, let's go ahead and put in our first bread factory. Or our first bread factory. Our bakery! I don't know why I called it a bread factory. Let's see, how does this... Okay. Let me put in another road. There. Oh, there's Lady Hunt. Wow, Eli is a long way away. So they want me to build a silo on any pig farm. Actually, let me take a look at production here real quick. I haven't looked in a bit. There's Eli.
To detain any who defile her sovereign laws, including you.
Yeah, we need a bit more in the way of knobs.
Don't just sit there. Hand it in. I appreciate that. Really,
Okay.
I do.
So we got some increase with George as well as both of the pirates. All right, well, that'll fill itself out. So I'm not worried about that quite yet because it's not running at 100%. Yeah, we're only running it. Oh, bread-wise, actually, it looks like it's okay. Looks like we're in good shape. All right, now that we've got Eli, what I need to do is I need to go back to Newcastle, pick up a whole bunch of potatoes, and sell him some potatoes. as quickly as I can. I also want to take a look at what items he has, if there's anything of interest. Actually, I don't have enough. Well, let's see. These are also all trade union items, which I don't have any trade unions yet. So let's go ahead and get back to... Well, here, I'll take the black pearl. And let's take... Yeah, let's go ahead and take 100 pounds of potatoes. That was the whole point in producing that much in the first place.
New orders.
And let's take those to Eli. We'll sell those at probably a profit. I need some more farmers, first of all. So let's put in some more farmers up here. Okay. Want me to put a silo on the pig farm. There we go. And then deliver grain to the pig farm silo. That'll cover that. That's not what I wanted. Let's take a look at... And that's increased our balance. Our revenue numbers. Take a quick look at production again. I'm probably going to want to start creating more grain and build it up anyway so that I can start creating beer. Because beer is one of those luxury items that's going to increase revenue dramatically. If we look at...
Don't mind a bit, foraging.
Uh-oh. Wonder why that is. Could be that I need another... Let me take a quick look at my fish.
It's all prepared.
No, I'm producing more than enough. Take a look at our newspaper real quick. War is declared on us. Anne Harlow declares war. Peace and humanity desert us as Mephistophelian adversary rises from the depths to confront us. We can only trust in our bravest to fight back this nemesis and drive ruination from our shores. Okay. Hate this. I don't even have anything that can combat it.
Thank you enough for saving our publishing house. Quite the windfall after being cut loose from our angered, I mean elderly stakeholders.
Okay. I don't know what that means. Alright. I was actually going to create a police force anyhow. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's put it here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, fish has resolved itself. Okay, market.
Proper job.
Masters, no bother if the grain runs low for some reason. We'll manage without the silo just like we did before. Suppose you might see the numbers drop off until we can use it again, though. Know what that meant. So the declaring of war on me, I am not worried about at all. Actually, let me slow things down while I talk about this. The reason why is because I hate naval combat in this game. I think it is extremely poorly designed. I mentioned this in the last episode. So because of that, the only combat that I'm really going to do is from a defensive perspective. I will put guns on my shorelines so that I can't get killed for any particular reason. But okay, so he's still going. See what Lady Hunt has request.
Patience is the most underestimated of the virtues.
It breaks my feeble heart that Sir Archibald could ever doubt the good work we do at the Promise Trust. Deliver these letters of appeal to my fellow members of the council. Hopefully they will understand.
I shall be waiting.
Okay?
Ready for assignment.
So let's go ahead and do this for her. That way we can start building up some trust with her. And then in the meantime, got bread running. We should probably build a church. Actually, let me take a look at
It's
our...
all how you're born, innit?
Yeah, they want soap next. What about happiness? Yeah, they would like to have a church that will increase their happiness. What about their lifestyle needs? Do they have anything that I can do? Rum, penny farthings, local mail. Okay, no. Let's upgrade you. And let's put in more farms. 3 more farms. There we go. I want to make sure that my numbers are positive and everything looks like they are so far. That's good. Back to my worker list. We've already got sales. That's not even part. Yeah, let's do the church. I think the church needs to be next. But in order for that to be what I want it to be, let me see how much room it takes. Alright, so I can fit it in there. What I'll do then is move these out to here. And make that a little bit of a small section of its own. And then put the church right there in the middle. That'll make everybody happy. And then I can put some beautification. Oh, I need more workers to get access to their stuff. So yeah, we can start putting some of their items in front of the church. Make the church really a nice place. Cool. That'll increase happiness. That should also directly affect revenue, I hope. Okay, so...
Schooner reporting.
Let me speed things up a little bit. So you'll notice maybe in comparison to some other people who do these kinds of games that I am being very methodical. And the reason why is because I don't like this number ever becoming negative. And it can very easily. So, 3,200.
My young friend, you have done well.
So, we pick up the cargo.
Not enough to call it extortion.
And we'll go back here. I need to think about how I'm going to build steel. Because the only way I'm going to settle my second island is with steel. So I really need to think about that. We need to have a charcoal kiln, an iron mine. Because the reason why is because charcoal or coal is actually not... We can't build a mine for that until we have artisans. So we've got to go with a charcoal kiln first, an iron mine, into a furnace, and then into steelworks. But I need to be careful because I don't want the pollution to affect the happiness of any of my people. So what I would like to do is put it out as far away as possible. We've got iron out here as well as coal. So maybe if we do this iron deposit, which will connect nicely into this clay road, that'll then give us the opportunity to start getting steel production out here away from all the people. Now, let's check production just to make sure that we're not short on anything before we start going down that path. We are. We're short on schnapps. And we're still a little short on flour for some reason. I don't know why that is. But we're doing fine on bread. Alright, so... And we need steel also to create guns. So we absolutely want to do that. And with that being the case, let's go ahead and upgrade... Actually, I'll wait until after I put it in place. Alright, let's fix the schnapps problem. We've got 4 potato... Really, all we would need is another distillery.
What brings you here, Master?
Yeah, let's just build another distillery, and that should take care of that problem. And we'll put the distillery right there. I am also going to build another small warehouse right here as well. And actually, I'm going to move it there. Move that there. Okay. Yeah, alright, I am going to go ahead and upgrade this road. So the big connector roads, I want to go ahead and upgrade. Actually, I'm going to connect that. That's good. Now, I'll probably do more later, but because that's such a brick-intensive thing, I don't want to do it too quickly. Alright, let's take a look at our production. Back for schnapps. Yeah, we're good now. However, this will, in fact, affect... Oh, not as much as I thought it would. I thought it would really adversely affect our potato production, because they're a 1-to-1. We've still got 1 extra potato farm. Okay. No, we're good. I am going to... Oh, that's a medium, isn't it? Yep, that's a medium. Let's put another small warehouse here. That should offload some of that. Alright, next is iron. And before I do that, let's put in a few more farmers. I don't want to do it over here. Just do that. Okay. Iron deposit. Build the mine.
It's a surprise inspection.
Alright, I'm gonna move... Nope, that's not what I want. Move you to right there. Okay, so now we're collecting iron. Oh. Where's... I completely forgotten about her cargo.
We assist however we may.
Alright, do I have enough potatoes to go deliver more? Do I? 144? You know what I could do? Let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and plant another potato farm. All nicely identical.
Fresh as a daisy here.
Now I'm going to set up a trade route. If I can remember how. Oh, it's over here. I'm going to create a route using the black pearl. Eli potatoes. Why? Oh, never mind. From Newcastle to Eli. Load good. Potato. Potato. Unload. Unload. Now, let's just do 50 each. Yeah, let's just do 50 each. Okay. Here we go. Think. Can I change the name of the group? Rename the group. Eli trade. Okay. Cool. That'll set up some revenue, some rotating revenue. And with the increase in potato production, we should be in good shape to handle that. We can always add more potato farms later. Alright, we've got iron now being produced. We now need a charcoal kiln. Put it over here. And put it right here next to...
I am a humble servant of Her Majesty, called upon for delicate occasions such as these.
Alright, that'll work. Then we can set up the furnace. Alright, so they're 15. The coal is going to be a 1-to-1 with the furnace. The iron mine is actually a 2-to-1 with the furnace. So I could, if I really wanted to, set up another iron mine. But for right now, just to get things rolling with steel, I'm going to go ahead and leave it for right now. So we'll set up the furnace right there. That'll create our steel ingots. And then we will need a steel work next to that. That'll set up the steel beams. But for right now, I'm going to let this roll. Let me turn this into a medium. And then the next thing I need to do is make sure that I have some more people.
Everything progresses as expected.
So we hand in our Lady Hunt.
Adjust the sail.
That was one of the 3 letters that we have to hand in.
New orders.
Patience rewards us.
Yep.
Everything progresses as expected.
Coordinates plotted.
If you don't make a change, most often no one will.
Okay, hold on a minute, George. Yeah, that's a pickup quest. We'll do that.
What a pleasing development.
There we go.
Get up there. Make your case.
Okay.
Wise beyond your
Another 4,600 and 3 reputation with her. Excellent. And then we can use the walrus to go right directly to the prisoners. Hold on. There's prisoners and there's a priest. Huh. Alright, well, I'll have to wait for that to get there. Oh, this is the priest. Okay, hold on.
Steersman.
Yeah, let me go here. I'm curious as to what the priest will give me versus the prisoners. Alright, so we've now found Sir Archibald.
My humble duty to you.
And he'll take in coal, so if we wanted to, we could start producing coal and selling that to him. He'll buy that from us at a premium. He'll also buy anything else that you have to offer, so as we find other things that we want to produce excess of, we can go down that path. We do actually have... Oh, no, never mind. That's part of the same... Alright, we are at a 80 surplus of farmers and 194 of workers. All of these farmers are good. But what I am going to do is actually... I need 200 workers. Alright, let's do this. I know I'm probably doing this in a very strange way. That. And the reason that I say that is because uh-oh. We got a fire, and I don't have a firehouse over here. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, I'm going to need a second one, though. Yeah, let me put in a second one. Yeah, I put it too far away. I could put it more central. But the firehouse, the fire guys are putting things to work. I'm going to mobilize the second one, though, to go ahead and get it running. My happiness is good enough that I can do that. That's one thing that maybe not everybody realizes, is that when you click on these, the number of brigades that are available are directly tied to the happiness of the people in the area. So the happier they are, the more you can actually mobilize. Because by default, it's only going to ever mobilize one. Uh-oh, that fire's spreading.
When you listen, I believe you hear.
Okay, George is apparently happy with me. That's good. So what I think we're going to do for this episode is we're going to wait for... I'm going to make sure that the fire gets put out, which is definitely being taken care of, thankfully. We're going to wrap up the George Smith quest line, and then we're going to go from there. Then we'll probably wrap things up and move on. And then in the next episode, we can really, truly focus on getting another island, with my preference being this one right over here to my right. So that we can get access to other fertilities. And then we can start producing guns and things along those lines. And we'll continue to move up the chain. Because right now, unfortunately, I cannot produce steel beams without more workers. I need another 150 workers. So the whole reason I put these new farmers down here was so that I could... Oh, it's my... Yeah, you're a little bit too far away. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to move you to there, you to there, you to there. Then going to move... Keep you there, but I'm going to move the market to here. Make it a little bit more central. Cool.
It's hard to forget sometimes.
Uh-oh. How is my relationship with her deteriorated? Alright.
Still no reporting.
So we got the priest.
Adjust the sail.
And we're back. Not what I wanted. Are we running low on worker clothes again? Actually, I haven't looked at production in a bit, so this is probably a good thing for me to do. Yep, we're running short on worker clothes. Okay, so... And as I've already found, I don't want to increase... I don't know how it gets out of whack. I do not understand that at all. Because it's supposed... My sheep to knitters are supposed to be a 1-to-1. Actually, let me... No, that's not what I want. Cleaner looking. Yeah, this is our production area. Oh, you know what? Let me upgrade. That brings fish in a little bit faster. How are we doing from a potatoes perspective? Okay, so setting up the trade route was actually not the smartest move. I'm not able to keep production up fast
Brought
enough.
this tiresome business to a close? Such kindness humbles me.
Great. So George and I are doing well. Better to save one good man than three bad. I'd say something like even bad men can change if I didn't doubt the poor suckers were guilty in the first place. Well, don't lose any sleep. I hear a little old man got out of his bath chair and went and saved them. So, cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of the trade route. That's the one problem that I have with trade routes is it's extremely difficult. Uh-oh. What just happened? Oh, because of the trade ships. Alright, let me find the Black Pearl. Nope. Let me send you back, dude.
Coordinates plotted.
He's got a quest. I'm not going to pick it up now, though. I'm going to wait until the next episode to do that. Yeah, let me go sell these potatoes, send it back to Newcastle, and we will wrap up the episode and pick back up from here. There we go. Okay. Alright, now let's send you back to Newcastle.
Steersman.
We need more farmers. We need many, many more farmers. So, let's do that. Our last thing of the day.
I want to know if you can be reasoned with.
He wants 30 grand? I can't even afford that. Screw you. Alright, so that is where we will wrap things up for this episode. We built out our bread facilities. We built out our initial iron facilities to start creating steel beams. We have increased our fishing production. We've increased our population of pretty much everybody, farmers and workers alike. But I do need to get more
We're in clover.
in order for us to have enough workers to create the steel beams that we'll need to settle the second island. So in the next episode, we are absolutely going to get steel beams produced. We're going to settle our second island and start getting that up and running so that we can make sure to have all the necessary fertilities that we want. We'll do a few more quests and continue to make money. So with that, I hope that everyone has been enjoying this content. And as always, if you are, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And I will see you next time in episode 3 of Professor Builds an Anno 1800 Empire. See you then.